Anyway.
Yeah, neither things you want from your local house pet.
Yes.
I actually also would have suggested Black Flight Confections as sort of like
Yeah,
the
that's
name
quite
of a
nice.
bakery. But we are going into
Yeah.
this match.
Okay, first off, on the Sacrilege team, we have the Kamikaze Punk. It has a Hades Artemis on the front, and it's got a Artemis flare on the side. The Bulbous Demon has a Artemis front, double Artemis right, and a gapped mortar left side.
And on the blue team, we have, I should know the name of the ship. Then it was rebuilt, flown by Rear Admiral Zill. A galleon. We have left side lumberjack, Quacha, Artemis. Right side double carronade with a rear mortar uh, for some gank kills, and his ally, the broken submarine, flown by Mr. Lambert. Pyramidian gap mortar, DPS build. Left side double Artemis.
Oh, that galleon is just tons of fun. Just everything about it is just fun. I can't wait to see it get into battle.
And also, you see the Pyramidian's crew here keeping their APM up, making sure everything is chem sprayed with no
Oh,
enemy in sight.
APM. Of course, acronym means actions per minute. Oh, and we've got a lot of actions per minute now as the Kamikaze Punk is firing the Hades down, and then it was rebuilt. I feel then it was rebuilt. It's been caught out in the open here a bit. Don't feel they were prepared for this perfectly placed onslaught by Sacrilege. Then it was rebuilt. Several guns taken out. Hulls on fire. One of the guns is on fire.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the issues with this map is that there are so few directions to approach from because it's so open. So surely, red team expecting blue to have some amount of strategy. So I'm sure they were well aware that they would try to come from the other side of this large mass in the middle of the ship, which is really the only piece of significant hard cover on dunes.
Mm-hmm. And yes, the broken submarine there came into body block when it was rebuilt, but now it's kind of isolated. I think broken submarine is trying to get into a position where it can shoot at the bulbous demon without getting shot by the kamikaze punk. Yeah, you can see those shots sort of arcing past the nose of the broken submarine. Then it was rebuilt, ready to get back into things. With that Watcher, it's going to have a bit of a difficulty doing substantial, consistent damage at this range with those
Bulbous
precision
Demon,
weapons on the field.
Lumberjack managing to take down the Junker's balloon. Um, I mean, all things considered, the blue team does have the advantage of hard terrain here. They can kind of sidle back and forth if they need to repair or whatnot to make sure they don't take any permanent damage, whereas red is completely out in the open, although we do see now the Kamikaze Punk rushing down on their position. So they seem well aware of what's going on and what blue team's trying to do.
I don't think the Sacrilege team want to try and charge the Merrymen, because that Lumberjack, that Watcher do devastating amounts of damage as they're coming in, not to mention the gap mortar of the broken submarine.
I mean, if the red team did want to try to engage at a closer distance, I mean, you see kind of what the Kamikaze Punk's doing here is just trying to rush towards the Juggernaut and take cover there rather than charging directly at the blue team. And at that point, you can just sort of fly around the hard terrain and come in at a much closer angle. But seems like the Junker wants to stay back and use his triple Artemis.
As it does, the Kamikaze Punk yet trying to get in just the perfect position.
I'm not sure what I'm not sure what the Kamikaze Punk's doing exactly. He seems a little undecisive, sort of rushing up to it and now kind of backing off. Kamikaze Punk now, whole armor going down. Balloon is down. He's taking some pretty significant damage. I mean, Pyramidian out of the three ships in this game between the Junker, the Galleon, and the Pyrrha. Pyrrha is definitely the squishiest of all these ships, and we see him now joining the wreckage at the bottom of the map.
very well done by the Merrymen. I think they were just caught out in the beginning in that first engagement. But now I think they've got the kind of Sacrilege on the run. Sacrilege kind of ran out of ideas after their initial surprise attack.
Yeah, I mean, Bulbous Demon just sort of trying to take refuge over here on the other side of the mass, but that's going to mean Kamikaze Punk has a larger distance to charge from their side of their spawn side of the map.
Hmm.
It looks like Blue Team knows he's there as well, and they are repositioning to get a pretty easy 2v1 engagement on the Bulbous Demon.
Galleon seems as dangerous as ever, even with those 4 Artemises cumulatively on the Sacrilege team.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I think as much as anything else, just the positioning was so much better by Blue Team because I mean they had the advantage of the hard terrain and Red Team did not, which in a sniping match is very important. That's why you saw, for instance, in the Gents versus Sacrilege match last weekend on this map, Gents took up residence in the kind of the rusty ship, sort of near the north side of the map, and that was very important in that kind of long range conservative match between those two teams.
Bulbous Demon and the Kamikaze Punk joining up now. I think it's a bit more awkward for the Kamikaze Punk, yes, to edge around that cover with what it has. I mean, its long-range guns are kind of on the front there, and with these guns on the front like that, I mean, you can't sort of gently edge around that hard cover, and that's where the blue team does have the advantage in terms of ship composition.
That is a very good point.
The broken submarine has, let's see, it's got the double Artemis on the side, so it can go back and forward, taking cover, back in again.
Not to mention that then it was rebuilt having the Lumberjack in the front position. I mean, being the most powerful single gun in this match, that's pretty important as well.
They've just, I mean, with the great positioning here by the Merrymen, they're finding it very difficult to make the Kamikaze Punk actually useful.
And nice long range Hwacha volleys here. Hitting the Bulbous Demon. I believe that's Imagine on that Hwacha.
Oh yes, as Imagine, our casting colleague on that Hwacha. Some very good shots there.
Red Team Kamikaze Punk specifically very tentatively kind of poking out behind the Blue Team's position. Bulbous Demon not following, so it looks like, if you look at the map now, Red Team sort of maybe trying to do some type of pincer maneuver, or perhaps using the Junker to distract them as the Kamikaze Punk comes in from the other side. But Blue Team, again, very good situational awareness, and they not letting the Kamikaze Punk get the drop on them.
Right. Captain Colcurse off in their place and Flying Dutchman, as he tends to do, politely refusing that once again. Now the Kamikaze Punk is, pincer movement. This is what Sacrilege need to do. They just kind of this will force the Merrymen. I mean, their cover won't be as useful if they're being attacked from 2 sides.
I'm also sort of surprised to see Sacrilege not bringing maybe their Mobula. I wonder if that's perhaps due to fear of the Lumberjack destroying the Mobile's balloon, just because it has such a large surface area to hit with that weapon.
Oh yes, definitely.
But I feel like that would give them a significant DPS advantage in this match, where the Kamikaze Punk only has the Hades Artemis.
It's true, but the Kamikaze Punk has that better ability to control the engage distance, unlike the Mobula.
I mean, that is true, but
much superior speed.
Yeah, but I also feel that's been less relevant in this match because both teams are playing pretty conservatively here, sort of doing a little ring around the rosy.
Well, I feel like Sacrilege have been forced into a conservative play style here by the Merrymen.
I don't know. I mean, they brought a Hades Artemis Pyramidion I mean, that is a
Oh,
loadout
picture
designed for.
perfect Watcher shots there on the Kamikaze Punk from miles away. Forcing Kamikaze Punk into a retreat. Oh, what they need to do is the Bulbous Demon needs to just precision shoot those heavy guns. Oh, then it was rebuilt, just took a nasty little bounce there. But unfortunately for Sacrilege, they're not in a position to take advantage of it. I think Sacrilege once again are sort of throwing their hands up in the air here. Oh, a single Hades shot coming down on it, but then it was rebuilt. Then it was rebuilt, moving into the Leviathan.
Then it was rebuilt,
under heavy fire.
taking some pretty significant component damage here, losing several of their guns and their engine for a moment. Those are some not key Hades shots. A little low. But yeah, you see, then it was rebuilt, sort of moving forward so he can repair his guns, and then pop back out when he's ready to let loose another volley. And I guess that's what Red Team has realized, is they want the same advantage Blue Team has, so they just popped over to the other side of the terrain. And although then it was rebuilt with a pretty interesting position, sort of like in the middle of the wreckage here, taking shots through like holes in the wall. Is pretty impressive. And that's also going to block a lot of the incoming fire from Red Team.
With this much cover, I don't think any substantial progress is going to be made here from either team.
I mean, you do see the Kamikaze Punk
getting more aggressive.
You know, their balloon's taking a lot of damage.
Now, this box social is best of 3, of course. Unless you sort of change that last minute.
It's best of 3, yes.
Yep, still best of 3. And the 30 minutes time rule is in effect. Or did you change it to 20 minutes?
No, it is 30 minutes.
Still 30 minutes, right, so it's still 30 minutes, so these guys are going to have to start getting aggressive soon, as I believe if they don't get up to 3 kills by the 30-minute period, then this match will be a draw, and nobody wants to see that.
Also interesting seeing, apparently Roman Carr is flying with Sacrilege, former member of the Falconers.
Formerly of the Falconers, yes.
Now he is a mercenary, mercenary for hire.
Okay, here we go. The broken submarine is opening up on the Bulbous Demon here. The mortar shot's going down. Not brilliantly timed, but oh well. Starting things off. The Kamikaze Punk firing down on the broken submarine, but the broken submarine's got a bead on the Bulbous Demon. The Bulbous Demon's balloon and hull are down. He's kerosining, trying to get below the broken submarine, but the broken submarine's continuing to fire. The Bulbous Demon is bouncing off the ground. The Bulbous Demon goes down. However, the Kamikaze Punk is firing on the broken submarine. The broken submarine's taking heavy damage, and it's down.
Looks like broken submarine maybe got caught in this terrain, kind of sort of popping up off of the floor of the map.
Devastating damage on the Kamikaze Punk here.
And Kamikaze Punk's going to need some key Artemis shots to get those guns down before they lose their balloon.
I think the Kamikaze Punk more likely is going to be able to duck behind the debris before then it was rebuilt finishes it off. Yep.
Nice watcher volley.
Punk is good watcher volley, but it doesn't matter too much at this point. Oh wait, it did manage to get out an engine. But yes, they still have that momentum. They are still going to be able to escape, but then it was rebuilt.
Bulbous Demon now coming up behind the then it was rebuilt. And they will be able to take some pot shots as long as they have the spot, but that will go away in a few moments here as Kamikaze Punk retreats. Yep, there go all spots. So I guess we'll have a little bit of downtime here as sort of both teams regroup, get their bearings. And interesting to see Blue and Red Team have now switch spots, sort of like a game of checkers. Blue team
Hmm.
with the double jump, ending up on their enemy's side of the board.
Hmm. Okay, well, Bulbous Demon, Kamikaze Punk, hiding here in the clouds, considering their next move. Yes, the tension, you could cut it with a knife, as the cliche goes.
Let's see. The next game after this will be Duel at Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting to see if Red Team decides to go with the same loadout on that map. And we have seen Hades Artemis on Duel. You can pretty easily fire from one side of the map to the other because the map is so small.
I feel at this point Sacrilege are questioning their decision to take the Hades Pyramidion.
Oh, Bulbous Demon out on a exploratory mission.
Yeah, oh my goodness, Bulbous Demon is very isolated here. And it's within the arcs of both the Broken Submarine and then it was rebuilt. Bulbous Demon trying to take cover here. It might just be able to take cover as the Kamikaze Punk comes in.
Looks like the plan right now is going to be to focus the Broken Submarine.
Yeah, I mean, as the Bulbous Demon manages to get into cover, now the Kamikaze Punk is exposed. Oh wait, no, the Bulbous Demon is, yeah, it's in within art of those watchers, but I think the Bulbous Demon is just playing kind of a distraction here while the Kamikaze Punk comes in.
Well, Bulbous Demon also taking advantage of this wreckage, zoning out a lot of those lumberjack shots. And now rising up.
I think he was just tempting them into shooting him though, while Kamikaze Punk came in. Oh, okay, now he's taking significant damage.
Well, I was going to say that was sort of a poor watch volley going into the balloon, but now the balloon going down.
Alright, Merrymen. Oh boy, Broken Submarine's armor's down, taking heavy damage. Oh, the Sacrilege's gambit paid off here. The Broken Submarine, is he going to be able to... Oh, might take a bounce here. Yes, he takes a nasty bounce. He's pinballing around. Oh, the Broken Submarine is not in a good way. However, it might have zoned out the fire of the Kamikaze Punk and the Bulbous Demon.
This sandstorm a blessing, because Red Team just... any shot from the Red Team would have finished Broken Submarine at this point. Although Broken Submarine now...
finish itself off here. It's just bouncing around in this terrain.
And he's sort of isolated from his ally a little bit. So low to the ground, Bulbous Demon ready to finish off his prey.
Oh, Bulbous Demon, I think we need to switch to... Yep, switching to Gap Mortar. There we go. Just finish off the Broken Submarine. Boom. Now on to the Then It Was Rebuilt. Then It Was Rebuilt is in a 2-on-1 situation. It's going to be a bit of a long time before his ally can help him. It respawns. I don't think there are any points too close. Could be wrong. Let's see.
This is also a very interesting point on the map, because the sandstorms roll through here so frequently that just randomly, like you see a sandstorm now coming in as Then It Was Rebuilt retreats, and that's going to significantly impact any chase down potential from the Red Team. Just those sandstorms damage the engines and the components so much. And you see also Then It Was Rebuilt now losing all of its guns, although managing to keep its engines up, which is very important when you're,
Well, this is an ambiguous sort of situation, I feel. I mean, it looks like the Broken Submarine is coming in, though I feel that Then It Was Rebuilt. Sacrilege may have just been, farting around, just trying to bait in the Broken Submarine into a meat grind. And I think Then It Was Rebuilt now is going to die.
I don't know. It is a galleon, and if the Broken Submarine gets a key ram...
A few more mortar shots. Oh, but the Broken Submarine manages to ram the Bulbous Demon away. However, Then It Was Rebuilt, taking heavy damage. Now they're switching fire to the Broken Submarine, because the Broken Submarine is doing heavy damage to the Bulbous Demon, and the Bulbous Demon goes down. What an unexpected turn of events.
Broken Submarine put on the brakes. Oh, running right into the wall with his whole armor down and taking an enormous amount of damage.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
I mean, I thought Sacrilege were about to tempt Broken Submarine into a meat grind, but he got a kill. He
where's the
died himself, but
moonshine,
he got a
Lambert?
kill.
Where's
He
the
managed to
moonshine?
save. He managed to save. Then it was rebuilt. Still fighting on here.
I mean, it does look like the Galleon's going to have the opportunity to reverse,
It
and get
does.
behind cover here as long as he can keep his engines up. It's a very large ship, has a lot of mass.
Oh,
So you need to keep those engines up.
all that fire damage going right into the balloon, into the hull, being spread around. His engines are good enough that he can escape. What a
Oh, we
hard
got
fought match this has turned out to be.
triple manning the hull for a moment there as D Maximus struggles to get all these lower guns repaired. We do actually have a report from from the off-stream match between the Mad Hatters and the Gents. The first game goes to the Gents 5-3.
Mm-hmm. All right, a gentlemanly civil war there, conducted, I'm sure, with the utmost honour, dignity. As you keeping an eye on the clock?
Yep, we got 9 minutes left.
9 minutes left. Right.
And with both teams at a tied 3-3 score, there will be no draw here. We will well, I guess there still could be a draw if the score stays at 3-3, but we will continue into overtime if the match doesn't finish in the next 8.5 minutes.
Right.
Hmm.
Have a lot of games to get through tonight. A Saturday box social attracted eight teams in a single night. Quite the epic affair.
We see red team, I mean, splitting up again. It seems like, as you said, they're going to continue trying to use the Junkrat as a distraction. And it looks like the Galleon sees what's happening, and they're reversing, and they might want to bring now their close-range carronade side into this Pyramidion.
Yeah, definitely. Isolate the kamikaze punk. The bulbous demon is miles away. However, it's taking... Oh, the broken submarine's being indecisive here.
I don't think it's being indecisive, it's just two of his engines are knocked out, so it's taking him a while to reposition.
That's true as well. Now the kamikaze punk going for a ram on them. Then it was... Oh, what a finish! Perfectly timed ram.
Did he?
I'm not even sure
down. I'm not even sure he touched him. I think the guns may have taken them down before they hit. But now the broken submarine left in a bad situation. And
I'm pretty sure that was a ram. I didn't see the hit marker. But in any event, now the broken submarine is in trouble, and there's a win for Sacrilege.
So we will be moving on to Duel at Dawn with Sac in the lead. Be interesting to see what happens. I'd be sort of surprised if Zill brings the Galleon to Duel, just because it's such a tight map with so many obstacles.
I mean, it can be quite dangerous, quite a tight map, if you've got no choice but to kind of charge towards it when it's got its guns turned towards you. I mean, I remember running a very similar kind of galleon to Zill's galleon on Duel at Dawn, and we defeated the Wolfpack 5-0. Because it's really awkward to charge that kind of a galleon on that kind of a map.
Deadpool messaging me. No, we are not a second team. DPA number 1.
Because Deadpool is a known trash talker. For sure.
Yeah, but Deadpool, I believe he was originally a member of TFD, but then sort of split off to kind of do his own thing. And I believe that Deadpool's army is now actually larger in member count than the Flying Dutchman at this point.
Oh, okay. TFD, I mean, I find they're always sort of pruning their membership. You know, there's some clans that are just very antsy about having inactive members, I suppose.
Yeah, and Deadpool very active in recruiting.
Oh, I'd
Conversely,
imagine so, yeah.
not to mention maybe attracted a few members with his 100 win streak a
Oh,
few
yes,
months
of
ago,
course.
which
He's
was ended by the Ducks.
a very vocal man, Deadpool. Very, very forthcoming. Anyway, also forthcoming would be describing the ships. Take away, but anyway, I'll have to do. Okay, on the Kamikaze Punk, we have a Hades Artemis. On the side, we have a Flamethrower Artemis. With Bulbous Demon, we have a Artemis front, right side double arts, left side gat mortar.
And on the blue team, the Merry Men, we have the Broken Submarine, piloted by Mr. Lambert, with the front Gat Mortar, side double Artemis. Very standard build as I turn the sound back on. His ally, then it caught fire, or then it was rebuilt. A galleon, flown by Rear Admiral Zill, left side Artemis, Lumberjack Quacha, right side double carronade, rear mortar. So no changes in loadouts. Which again, interesting considering how different Dunes and Duel at Dawn are as maps. But I mean, seems like these teams are comfortable with the weapons in the ships they were running, so we'll see. I mean, we'll see how they adapt. This is a very different map.
Looks to me like Bulbous Demon considering, but yeah, just staying in the cloud, staying around this area. Some cool paddling patch. Rest in peace. Some Quacha shots going right into the wreckage here. Very opportunistic Quacha shots. Bulbous Demon firing on the Broken Submarine looks like. Then it's Rebuilt's trying to get him really close here, using the clouds for cover. But now the jig is up. Now then it's Rebuilt's being focus fired. And it's Rebuilt. You gotta do something. You gotta turn and fight.
I think at this point,
in.
well, now he's not
disconnected.
No, I think now he's charging
he's
towards the
he's
terrain.
Into the husk.
But Broken Submarine, then it was rebuilt, sort of like acting as a shield here as the Broken Submarine runs in and engages the Kamikaze Punk at a very close range.
I know, but the Broken Submarine's very isolated now. Kamikaze Punk hydroing up.
Broken Submarine needs a very quick kill on this Pyramidian, and
yeah, I don't think it's been quick enough.
Was that looks like a botched ram now taking damage from the left side flamer?
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, now the Bulbous Demon has switched to its Gat Mortar and takes him out. Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting plan, using the then it was rebuilt for cover, while the Pyra charged in for the quick kill, but didn't quite pan out that way. Then it was rebuilt, firing the Bulbous Demon. Lumberjack shots hooking through this wreckage here. But he is on his own, he is isolated. However,
does manage to take out Bulbous Demon's balloon. Yes, sort of taking him out of the fight.
Very close in this match, especially now they've changed so you can spawn where you want.
Yeah, excellent spawn from the Broken Submarine
takes a bump though. Nasty bump. Then it was rebuilt, taking heavy damage. Broken Submarine did not need that bump. He needed a ram from the Bulbous Demon. As the then it was rebuilt is about to go down any moment now. But this Broken Submarine seems to distract the Bulbous Demon long enough to save then it was rebuilt, at least for a time. There we go. That's what the Broken Submarine needed, a ram on the Bulbous Demon. But now Kamikaze Punk is switching to the Broken Submarine after having finished off. Then it was rebuilt. Broken Submarine taking heavy damage, and it is down. Very well executed by Sacrilege. My goodness, well, of course, Sacrilege won the Sunday Rumble for the first time last week. They are 2 kills away from a victory over the Merry Men, as you'd say, one of the most consistent teams in the game. Sacrilege just getting better and better every time we see them. Then it was rebuilt, has respawned in a slightly awkward place. Kamikaze Punk taking heavy damage from that lumberjack, but managing. Oh, I may have spoken too soon. Kamikaze Punk taking a bit of a bump as he tries to take cover here.
Yeah, and the newly spawned Broken Submarine, that same spawn point now descending upon the Kamikaze Punk.
Oh boy, Kamikaze Punk is in a bad position. Sandwiched between the Broken Submarine and then it was rebuilt. Bulbous Demon needs to stop messing around with arts and get the hell out of there.
I mean, it looks like he is trying, ducking between these ribs here.
Oh, it is a situation I've been in a few times here. Ducking and diving through those ribs with a junker.
I mean, he's doing a good job so far. The Galleon's unable to really put in any fire, and this cloud's going to make it difficult for the blue team to get a beat on him. But Broken Submarine is now dropping down, and the Bulbous Demon doesn't really have anywhere to run. Looks like he's going to try to duck underneath him, but the Broken Submarine is aware of that and is compensating his flight to make sure he keeps those gun arcs.
Yes, indeed. I'm amazed the Bulbous Demon has managed to stay alive this long. Very good piloting there by Castus Krios. However, the Bulbous Demon is taking heavy damage now. The Kamikaze Punk is back in. Will the Bulbous Demon be able to hold out? Yes, they will, as the Broken Submarine and then it was rebuilt turn their attention to the Kamikaze Punk, but the Bulbous Demon is still alive. Kamikaze Punk's got to be careful because we can get folks fired down here as he ducks back behind one of the ribs.
Broken Submarine taking a lot of balloon damage here. That's something that could be disastrous if the Broken Submarine drops down and Bulbous Demon rises up to engage the Galleon by himself.
Oh yes, the Bulbous Demon coming up. Oh, eats a bunch of Whatcher. Oh, Bulbous Demon. Oh no, Bulbous Demon has actually risen up into the crossfire between then it was rebuilt to the Broken Submarine.
I think Sacrilege hoping to get a quick kill on the Pyramidion, but the timing wasn't there. So now Bulbous Demon losing their balloon again and now losing their ship.
Oh dear.
Them's the breaks. And now blue
those
team
are the breaks.
Zill's Merry Men quickly closing the gap in kills. Sort of like almost like a steamroll situation where you just pick them off one by one, and manage to just keep the other team in disarray so they can never really regroup and get a strong engagement.
Well, they have a chance to regroup now if the Kamikaze Punk just hits the F button a few times. However, Kamikaze Punk electing to take cover while his ally rejoins him. Viable as strategy as well, I suppose. Sacrilege have got to think this thing through. They still have the advantage.
Broken Submarine poking forward a little bit, I'm sure hoping to get some spots. But he's got to be very careful.
Bulbous Demon switching to its Artemis side. Kamikaze Punk. Bulbous Demon going long range on the Broken Submarine.
Oh, you got to be very careful here, Lambert. I mean, he is now dropping back down into the clouds.
That was a bait. Broken Submarine about to bump into terrain if he's not careful. Yep, takes a bit of a bump. Okay, we got something of a stalemate here.
Yeah, both teams, nobody with any permahull damage at this point, so very even.
It's awkward to engage for either team at this point. Looks like the Merry Men are relocating.
Yeah, no, I mean, red team is going to be completely aware of this though, because the Galleon does continue to put out watch volleys, which make it very obvious where those shots are coming from. So no stealth going on at this phase of the match.
No.
But the Bulbous
Lumberjack.
Demon taking a huge amount of damage to their balloon.
Mm.
I mean that
But it is able to take cover behind this rib, however.
well, it is easy to drop down when your balloon is knocked out.
Yes, well,
Sort
I
of the only
suppose so.
sort of the only option.
Well, you can't underestimate the fine art of gliding down in the right way. In fact, more difficult to glide down in a optimal way than it is when you've actually got a balloon.
Gliding, is that which page is that on the brick version of the Kama Sutra? Gliding, proper techniques for gliding down. But we do see
glide down behind cover.
now an altitude split between the teammates. Broken Submarine and Kamikaze Punk engaging high.
Ooh, the Bulbous Demon. Oh god, the Bulbous Demon's about to go down here. I think it's right up a few feet above the ground, and it's got no balloon.
Then it was rebuilt. Doesn't have a spot. Doesn't have a spot, so he can't keep that lumberjack fire on the Junker, and it's giving the Junker a chance to repair.
Yeah, I know.
But now
they're blind firing and they're hitting their shots.
Well, now they've got the spawn. Or
that was so close.
The spot.
A narrow escape for the Bulbous Demon here, limping away. As the Kamikaze Funk fires on the Broken Submarine, but not
looks
really.
Like then Broken Submarine is keeping Kamikaze Punk engaged. As the Then It Was rebuilt does rise up, and now it looks like both the blue ships are going to focus this Pyramidion, and he's backing off. And this is also giving the Bulbous Demon time to sort of get their wits about them and repair their damaged ship. I mean, the balloon is back up to 80% health, and I mean they're ready for another fight. But yeah, I definitely feel like the Merry Men could have capitalized better in that match, and I mean definitely gotten a kill on one of the two ships just because they were split up by such vertical distance. But they're a little hesitant. For instance, like when the Bulbous Demon's balloon got knocked out and he was sort of grinding in the terrain, I would have liked to see the Broken Submarine sort of drop down to make sure he secures the kill for his team rather than sort of poking at the Kamikaze Punk. But good consistent fire from Then It Was rebuilt with that lumberjack. Bulbous Demon now down to 30% permahull and his balloon just barely staying alive.
Gotten reports that the Mad Hatters have defeated the Jets 2 games to 1.
Alright, so they will, those two gentleman teams will be moving into a third game. Wait, no.
No, it's over. The Mad Hatters won.
Well,
Mad Hatters advance.
Right. Yeah, sorry, I misread that. Yes, they did go to 3 games, and Mad Hatters. No, the Gents have taken it.
Wait, no. It says MH Gent 2-1. Doesn't that signify MH?
Refburn, what are you
Refburn's not being specific.
He also sent me a message on Steam that said 5-3 to Gents. The
What?
last match. Yeah, Gents take it 2-1 versus Mad Hatters.
Oh, okay. Well, that's well. Then he should have put it in such a misleading way then in Skype.
Also, another
For fuck's
report
sake,
from
Refburn.
the Rob and Dan stream. Let me find that report. Overwatch taking the match over the Cake Bully Boys team in a very convincing fashion with a 5-0 and 5-1 victory.
Right.
So they will be moving on to play. Overwatch will be moving on to play the winner of this set. And I hope nothing is going on in the game because I'm totally not paying any attention. But as I regain control of the camera, it does look like nothing is going on as Red Team has retreated back to their side of the map. I guess going for a longer range game here.
Okay, well, yes, we have another sort of stalematy sort of situation. All about positioning. Flat shots. Well, a few of them impacting. Well, quite a few of them, yeah. There's a bloody good long-range Watcher fire we've seen throughout this match. Alright, guys, this is, yeah, I've seen this before. The dude at dawn sniping.
Where have you seen this before, Brick?
I've seen this from a first-person perspective before.
So you fly in first person?
Yeah.
I know a lot of pilots feel that third person view gives them better, just sort of a better awareness, better field of view of what's going on around them. Because it's sort of pulled back a little bit.
Maybe it gives you a better field of view, but I don't know. Each to their own. I like the immersiveness of the first-person view.
It's like you're living the adventure.
Yeah, it's like, you know, my life's really exciting and fun and steampunky. I'm not just a postmodern person living in a digital age.
The Brickless Hardcastle story. Available at Amazon bookshelves this fall.
That's a good sequel to my first book, I think. A postmodern person in a digital age. Okay.
We do got some nice
good
fire.
Golly, this is some good focus fire the merry men have here. Oh, this is a very awkward engage angle for the Sacrilege team. However, they're finally starting to get some headway on the broken submarine. Oh, as the Watcher shots go wide on the bulbous demon.
Well, again, I mean, spots are so important in these matches.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Very good point.
So everyone at this point kind of blind firing. The broken submarine hasn't managed to lose its spot, though. Because you see him now, he's flying, unfortunately he's flying underneath all the clouds.
He's giving it the old college try. And takes a bounce as the broken submarine, I think.
But Kamikaze Punk sort of now seems like incidentally cut off from his ally, and now he has to go around the entire terrain. Or no, he's actually...
Oh my goodness, the bulbous demon has got himself into a really sticky situation here.
You see the Kamikaze Punk in the back shooting through the wall of the terrain. Sort of similar to what we saw on Dunes. And he's actually getting some good shots on the broken submarine from that position. But yeah, Bulbous Demon
Bulbous Demon's going to go down. Yeah, Bulbous Demon has gone down. However, the Kamikaze Punk getting shots in a broken submarine, but not enough to nail that finishing blow.
Well, I mean, seeing
he's not outfitted to do that quick.
Well, also seeing as the Kamikaze Punk is shooting through this gap in the wall, the broken submarine, I think, could pretty easily reposition in a way where the Red Pyramidian doesn't have an angle to shoot him, and you sort of see that's what he's doing now.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And also, as now the Zenit was rebuilt, now aware of his position, is repositioning to put in some long-range fire and sort of brush him off his ally.
Bulbous Demon could take advantage of the broken submarine's rather awkward positioning here. However, then Israel is joining up back with the broken submarine. Sacrilege can't be too aggressive here. Oh, but they're going to be anyway. Okay.
I mean, they also need a little bit of time for the Kamikaze Punk to regroup with the Bulbous Demon.
Alright, just a few pot shots from the Bulbous Demon. This takes cover once again.
And, I mean, now we have another pretty fair engagement, or pretty fair, even, situation for both teams, as I say that in more words than were necessary, but both teams just sort of being very stalwart, taking a position on either side of one large piece of terrain. And oh, is it red team now? Are they going for the old rope-a-dope, splitting up here yet again? As Kamikaze Punk sort of acting as bait with the Bulbous Demon moving in on the Merry Men.
This could be a very clever game-winning maneuver. On the
I
other
don't
hand,
know.
it looks like the Merry Men are shifting behind, so they've got more hard cover. It forces the Sacrilege team to pick one angle or another.
I'm not sure I'd call it clever when it's the 8th time it's done in a match, but
Well, they might have forgotten to do it. You never know.
I mean, Kamikaze Punk now just not in the fight at this moment. I'm not quite sure what's going on with him. Maybe he's waiting for a cloud, just so he can just have a little bit of cover, so he can do some like Metal Gear Solid stuff. There are too many
for the clock on this.
Too many damn clouds in this game. There are 9 minutes remaining on the clock, which is so that's the exact same position we were in last game. 9 minutes left. 3-3 tie.
It seems Brick gets bored about the 21. Oh, but the Bulbous Demon's taking heavy damage. The Bulbous Demon goes down. That was kind of out of nowhere.
Again, it seems like the Kamikaze Punk is just having difficulty finding, I don't know, putting on consistent support fire.
You can't forget how devastating a lumberjack is when it's supported by a sniping pyramidion. I mean, that used to be the meta in a nutshell, and it still is very dangerous.
I'm not sure I'd call it the meta, but a team distribution used very successfully.
Well, it used to
by one team.
Keyword used to be. Alright, now looks like the Kamikaze Punk firing in a Broken Submarine. Broken Submarine, oh my goodness, Broken Submarine's engines are taken out. Broken Submarine has his back to the enemy. Oh, Sacrilege need to take advantage. They need to get the kill on the Broken Submarine. If they can just get a kill on the Broken Submarine, but Bulbous Demon is taking cover here. They're not capitalizing.
Now I think
the Kamikaze Punk's heavily damaged.
Yeah, the Zenit was rebuilt, taking its time to rise up.
Bulbous Demon, get in there! Oh, it's too late now. Well, yeah, there was a golden opportunity to kill the Broken Sub. Let's see, what does the Bulbous Demon have? He's got Hydro! Why didn't you use it?
Well, probably because his balloon is so heavily damaged. He'd probably knock it out again if he tried to Hydro.
Well, he had plenty of time to repair it. The Kamikaze Punk, I got the Broken Submarine from behind, engines taken out, not able to return fire, bit of focus fire. They could have killed the Broken Submarine, won the match. Oh, sorry.
Well, no. I mean, red team needs 2 kills to win.
I feel that there's some sort of a DC there. Well, no, but if they would have killed the Broken Submarine, they probably would have been able to kill the damage rebuilt Tilm 1. My point is, a white will win it for Sacrilege.
That is true. But again, facing down a Lumberjack, you have to be very careful with that Hydrogen because, like, you really can't Hydro unless you're in close enough range that the Lumberjack won't be effective, or coming in at an angle they can't fire because
if the Bulbous Demon hydroed up, sort of focus all 4 Artemises and 1 Hades on the submarine, it would have gone down before the Dementia book could have done anything about it.
I'm not so sure about that because then, I mean, at that point, a single Lumberjack shot just knocks its balloon back out.
The only reason they didn't do that was because there was some sort of DC. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe I'm very stubborn. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't think that is up for contention.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I wrote that specifically in the foreword.
I see. I don't think there is any contention that Brick Hardcastle is quite stubborn. Nice forward,
But yeah, red team has given up on fighting around the center of the point, and they're repositioning back to the rib. So we've sort of gone full circle in this match.
Yes, I'm kind of... Yes, sort of in a mini kind of a no situation, potentially here. Because, you know, as I said, we've got quite a lot of other games, and all the other games in the quarterfinals have now completed.
Well, no. We do still have the Merry Thralls and Deadpool's Army match, which
yes,
should be running right now on the other stream.
Yeah, we can only do 3 at a time. Oh, is that the CE Sports? Yeah, it's no, sorry, the Dan and Rob Detonator thing. If you want the technical term.
Yes, I believe that is the scientific classification.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, I'm no biologist, but that's what's listed in italics at the beginning of the Wikipedia article. So.
I'm no rocket scientist. I'm no rocket scientist brain surgeon. But I believe that is the case.
And we do sort of, in this game, now just have some sniper fire going back and forth, some short bursts, but...
What's the time?
3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Alright, well, okay. I think we better give them a quick reminder. 3 minutes till overtime.
I swear to God, if Tropo asks, what's the rule for overtime again, I'm going to slap him. Because he seems to ask every week what the rule is.
Well, to be fair, it is kind of a little tricky.
It's like one paragraph, and then we've been using it for like 3 months.
Really? Oh boy.
Yep. See, I have the chat hidden on the stream, but when you started laughing, I knew what happened. I knew.
There we go.
But it looks like Red Team has decided to mobilize.
I've given a highly technical explanation of the rule.
That seems about right.
Highly scientific.
Kamikaze Punk now booking it towards the Then It Was rebuild. Or maybe now he's slowing down.
Oh, Bulbous Demon's taking some heavy damage here. Oh, maybe Tropo thinks overtime means, oh shit, I gotta go. When, you know, he's still got 10 minutes potentially.
Well, you know what? It's his own damn fault for not reading the rules.
Oh, but then it's rebuilt, taking heavy damage. The aggressive behavior here of Sacrilege may be paying off.
But again, the Broken Submarine.
Flying on the Kamikaze Punk, though. Oh, this could be a close one. Oh, Kamikaze Punk's arms down.
Yeah. You gotta be real careful when making those rushes, because if you ram with your whole armor down, you have the potential to just
the end for the Kamikaze Punk.
Destroy yourself, and yeah. Well, manages to get whole armor back up.
Now then it was rebuilt's in trouble. Now the Kamikaze Punk's in trouble. Oh, but no, they've got him. Kamikaze Punk is not dead, but now it is. There we go.
Oh, man.
And there you have it.
And we will move on to the rubber match between Sacrilege and Zill's Merry Men.
Yes.
Will be on Northern Fjords.
Yes, this has been quite a long series, but it's alright, because hopefully it'll finish around about the same time with Deadpool
30 seconds. 30 seconds left on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
But we are going to go into this final game of our first match of the day, between Sacrilege and Zill's Merry Men. These guys want the wins. They want the W.
Oh, are you calling them tryhards?
No.
Right, well, that was a blunt, straightforward answer. Anyway, on the Kamikaze Punk, we have the Hades Artemis front and the Artemis flare side. On the Matra, we have the Mercury top. Far left carronade, far right flare gun, and bottom deck we have double art.
And on the Zill's Merry Men, we have the Broken Submarine flown by Mr. Lambert, Gap Mortar front, left side Double Artemis, his ally. Then it was rebuilt, flown by Rear Admiral Zill, left side Lumberjack Hwacha, Artemis, right side Double Carronade with a rear twin barrel mortar. The blue team sticking with what they know, sticking with that worked that brought them victory last game. But interesting to see now Sacrilege switching to a Mobula, which is what I expected from that first game on Dunes.
Yes, it looks like the Matra here has got a different kind of loadout than what we've seen to sort of previous Mobulas. So they seem to have jacked in the whole idea of having a close range kind of duo weapons at all. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Never mind. I mean, for some reason, yes, they've got a carronade and a flare. I think they just sort of.
I think maybe they've given up on the idea of quad
close
gunning.
Range Mobula. Yeah.
Also, I think Tropo is the one who runs the 3 Artemis, rather than Cassis Krios, but
yeah. I mean, not quite of the standard gents Mad Hatter style Mobulas with the 2 guns close range, or 3 guns close. Well, the Global Falls 3 guns close range, 2 guns. Range.
And as I see blue team take up position by this ridge in the center of the map, I can't help but think, man, when are we gonna get new maps?
Yeah, they do.
I mean, we have seen this exact engagement so many times at this point.
So very many times.
I mean, I think this is definitely one of the more one-dimensional maps that we have, just because there's just like this one real significant piece of terrain sort of in the middle that makes real obvious to use that for positioning. But we do see Broken Submarine trying to sort of peel off a little bit. Either maybe just trying to get some Artemis shots, or perhaps doing a little sneak around. As of then, it was rebuilt, just taking a lot of damage.
Armored Downer, then it was rebuilt. Takes a sliver of permahull before skulking away.
And we also have a report from the other stream. The first game between the Merry Thralls and Deadpool's army has gone to the Merry Thralls, 5-2. So they will continue in their set. But now
the Broken Submarine's permahull is taking damage. A lot of damage. I've got a feeling that the Merry Men are going to realise very quickly at this range the Sacrilege team have the advantage. And, well, obviously they have the advantage. I mean, a Lumberjack and 2 arts, well, Lumberjack and 3 arts are not going to do the job against Sacrilege's long-range loadout.
Yeah, and trading one of those Artemis from the Junker for Mercury gives Red Team so much more killing power, because Mercury just strips that whole armor from such a long distance.
Yeah. Even one Mercury just makes all the difference.
Because I mean, at that point when their whole armor is down, every single shot after that I mean, just chips away at the other team. Matra losing their balloon, popping drogue shoot, keeping them, making sure they don't lose too much altitude. But some nice lumberjack shots from the Then It Was Rebuilt, considering they don't have any spots. Oh, those
I think it's
shots.
going to be one of those games, as
I think all of these games have been one of those games. All of those, every one of these games are those games.
I see.
But that's okay.
It's fine.
I mean, it means we have to talk a lot, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate for the people who have to listen to us talk. But it is an important aspect of competitive play is this conservative sniping, which relies very heavily on just subtle positioning and the accuracy of your gunners. So these are very tense games for the competitors themselves.
Oh, I just remember the days when people said stuff like, "Oh yeah, well, I mean, just run out of stuff to say after about an hour."
I mean, well,
tried 2.5 hours. Ah!
yeah, I mean, me and you, we've run the gauntlet. Nobody can give us any guff about no sniper games at this point.
Do you think that, what do you think sort of ideologically casting about, does a caster have to continually talk about Guns of Icarus all the time, or is it okay to drop in some banter? Because
I
feel
think
like
banter is fine. I mean, I'm actually here. Let me repositioning my mic a little bit. I feel like, I mean, you wanna talk about the game as much as possible, but at a certain point, you just run out of interesting things to say. And I think it's fine to go into banter a little
yeah,
bit as long as
I
you're
mean,
very
I feel
careful
like
about it.
the banter's kind of like the sound, the elevator music. It's the soundtrack to what's happening on when what's happening is quite, glacial and
I mean, I could be like tasteless and just have a book of jokes on my desk and pull it up. And what
oh
did you
yeah,
hear the one with
exactly.
the rabbi and the Pyramidian and the
Rabbi
merry man
Pyramids.
walk into a bar and
The
I don't
rabbi,
know,
a
he
merry man and a
orders
Pyramidian. A
a scotch on
Pyramidian
the rocks or
smashes through.
something. I don't.
A Pyramidian smashes through the wall of the bar, destroying it utterly. And the
Look,
merry
man.
man and the
Look,
rabbi
let's
run
just.
away screaming.
I mean, the punchline is property damage, but uh, we do. I mean, we. Again, I was talking about subtle positioning here. We do have both teams shifting around a bit. Kamikaze Punk and Matra kind of moving a little closer to the center of the map. Although Matra obviously slower, being a Mobula slower ship, Kamikaze Punk kind of darting ahead, and looks like he's really jonesing for some spots. And Blue Team also kind of dropping a little bit farther back from the terrain. Although it looks like they might catch the Kamikaze Punk here, because he is really far ahead. But no. Well, we've got some fire going, so the Merrymen should see the Kamikaze Punk, and they are now returning some fire. Some wide Hwacha volleys.
Yes, indeed, the Kamikaze Punk has closed the distance significantly here.
Oh, but now that Sacrilege has gotten a spot on the broken submarine, the Matra is able to support with the Mercury Double Artemis and putting on a ton of damage. Broken submarine barely keeping its whole armor up as he drops down behind the cover. But yeah, interesting. It took the Merryman that long to react to the Kamikaze Punk sort of posturing forward so far. It seemed like if they had maybe been a little quicker on the draw, they would have had a chance to get, I mean, a quick kill.
Okay, broken submarine. Then it was rebuilt, rising in tandem. Could this be their chance to inflict substantial damage? Back to the Sacrilege team. Maybe not. Never mind. I was just hyping up something that didn't happen there. Looks like the Matra Kamikaze Punk are just trying to get into that exact perfect position where they can fire on Merrymen. The Merrymen can't fire back. Oh, but that will never happen. Both teams tentatively engaging over this, over the cover of the arch.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the best thing anyone could do at this point is maybe shuffle around a little bit to try to clear your spot. Because I mean, there's so many clouds here that without those spots, nobody's going to be able to maintain any consistent fire. But I mean, these teams both content just to sort of sit in one place and, I mean, do as much damage as they can. But now Matra dropping down, and yeah, you see him now losing his spot, and the fire from the galleon is going to become sparse at this point. And you see him now even out of Artemis range. Those rockets exploding before they even have a chance to hit the Mobula. And Kamikaze Punk repositioning, running around, finding another angle of attack. Sacrilege does...
Matra, I'm not sure what the hell Matra's doing. I think... Oh, golly, yeah, Matra's trying to snipe them. Then it was rebuilt in a really, really odd angle. But they're making... Are they... What? It looks like they're firing through the arch.
What?
Look at the Matra. I think maybe he's arcing those Mercury shots just barely over the... It just looks like it's going through the arch. Look closely.
Yeah, watching. Well, the broken submarine isn't behind the arch.
No, but he's firing on the thunders rebuilt.
Blue team has decided to mobilize here.
Maybe I'm just going mad.
They see the Matra is separated from his ally, and they want to rush him down, being the slower, more vulnerable ship. It's perhaps easy pickings, but at the same time, they're going to be taking a lot of sniper fire as they try to rush him down.
Okay, anyway, optical illusions aside, the broken submarine is charging the Matra, but broken submarine's taking a lot of damage. Broken submarine raising altitude, try and get away from that Mercury, that Artemis from the Matra.
And the galleon, sort of this hulking beast lumbering
Galleon's
behind.
Charging. Oh my god, Galleon's charging full pelt.
Right through his ally's
through
corpse.
of his ally.
We're gonna need some real key positioning though from the galleon if he wants to get those gun arcs on the Mobula. Get a kill. Oh, is he?
Gracious. Then
He's leaving.
Gliding through.
I mean, it looks like he's trying to get behind the Mobula, perhaps, because now, I mean, he is turning those carronades on, but
Oh yeah, the shotgun.
That's
then
one.
It was rebuilt, shotgunning the Matra.
There goes the balloon.
Oh my goodness, devastating damage from those double carronades. However, Kamikaze Punk is firing down.
Just need one more shot. Ooh.
Oh yes.
Heavy carronades, my friend.
I love it. Double-barreled shotgun.
You don't even
from Admiral Zill.
You don't even see the payload. You just see the damage.
Yep.
But at the same time, the Zenit was rebuilt is in a pretty sketchy situation here as he's lost his balloon.
However, then broken submarines coming in from behind on the Kamikaze Punk. The Kamikaze Punk, I think he knows is there. He's going forward.
At the same time, the Mobula has respawned in view of the galleon, so the Zenit was rebuilt he sees that as well, and he's being very careful about positioning behind this terrain so he doesn't get sniped out his
broken
last
submarine
bits
going
of
in for a
health.
ram on the Kamikaze Punk, but rams the Kamikaze Punk right into the sky.
Nice hydrogen from
Oh,
the
but
red pilot.
might give the kamikaze punk to loop around behind the broken submarine, which he does.
Oh, the Matra is now making usage of that right side light carronade on the Mobula.
Oh, we've
Putting
got a
in.
low engagement and a high engagement here.
Looks
Yeah,
like they're unable to take out the Galleon's balloon, however.
Broken Submarine has the advantage on the Kamikaze Punk at close range in terms of DPS. They're about to get down the Kamikaze Punk's armor. Oh, the Broken Submarine going for a ram on the Kamikaze Punk. Oh, almost takes it down. I think it might be the end. The end is near for the Kamikaze Punk here. A sliver of damage to that unarmored hull, and boom.
Gatling kill.
Yep, magic bullets.
So, and we'll go back to the Galleon Mobula here. Mobula, well, nobody really able to put any damage on anyone else.
Yeah.
Just because all the guns sort of involved in this fight have weird arcs. Although some really nice carronade shots sort of at the outside.
The Matra got a shotgun in its ass there as it fled. Now it's out of the range of the carronades.
It looks like the Broken Submarine's charging in now to pick up this Mobula that's dropping down.
Broken Submarine firing on the Matra. Oh dear, Matra's not in a good position. It's eating that Lumberjack. And that Artemis.
Yeah, Kamikaze Punk putting a little bit of suppressive fire onto the Galleon. Taking out some of those guns.
Though.
I mean, yeah, the Broken Submarine by himself is going to be able to take out this Mobula. But he's not...
But then again, Kamikaze Punk is worn down.
Oh, I don't think this was a good decision.
Yeah, I think they should have picked...
They should have made sure to get that kill on the Mobula, because now... I mean, now if they have a much harder kill in the fully healthed Kamikaze Punk. And if they don't get this kill, they're going to be in a very bad situation.
Oh, yeah, this would be devastating if they don't get this kill. Kamikaze Punk's armor's down.
Mortar.
Oh,
Where's the mortar?
the mortar?
Maybe. Oh, it's probably disabled.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to trademark that catchphrase. Anyway, a Kamikaze Punk fires in on the Broken Submarine.
Nice ram into the edge of the map. Oh, but here comes the Mobula is now re-engaging in this. This is going to be a tough fight for the Broken Submarine if he doesn't take down one of these ships very quickly. Although he is switching focus to the Mobula, which I think is a good idea. Because the Mobula being the squishier of the two and also heavily damaged at this point. But you need to stay in the air long enough to do so.
Oh, Broken Submarine diving beneath the Matra.
Yeah, it's the light carronade on the Mobula is getting a surprising amount of use here, knocking out the balloon of the Pyramidion for a moment and sort of throwing off its charge, so he dropped down before he actually made impact.
Yeah,
probably saved him.
Yeah, exactly.
But now a little bit of an upward headbutt from the Broken Submarine.
Punk switching to the Broken Submarine.
I think that was ill-advised. He just got his balloon knocked out again.
Kamikaze Punk is he's not taking any permahull, he's gliding down towards the Broken Submarine, which is what he wanted to do. He just needs the Matra to... Yeah, now the Matra's firing on then it was rebuilt. I don't know, as I think this might work somehow, maybe.
Work for who?
Kamikaze... Oh, for the Sacrilege, look. They're winning. Well, this engagement. Kind of, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Broken Submarine's armor's down.
Ooh. A lot of sniper fire coming in now onto the Broken Submarine. Good watch a volley though, taking out the Kamikaze Punk's balloon again, but it's not going to drop him down fast enough to get them off of the blue ship.
Finish off the Broken Submarine. Matra's being indecisive. There we go. Finally managed to finish off the broken submarine, but Kamikaze Punk took a lot more damage than it needed to. Then it was rebuilt all on its own. I have a feeling this is
Matra's booking it.
turning in Sacrilege's favour. Matra doesn't have to book it. It's got 3 guns that can take out those heavy guns, and then it was rebuilt. 2 of which have a wide spread.
He's feeling it. He's feeling the bloodlust. He wants to get in there. He wants a piece of Zill.
Oh, that's one angry mob. That's one angry fat man. You can hear a tuba playing as the
Look, man,
Bobula makes his way.
I may look like a giant croissant, but I'm gonna beat your face.
Possibly eat your face. Possibly both.
Well, I mean, that's why... Maybe that's why Zill always wears a mask.
Maybe. Then it was rebuilt. Trying to sort of take cover behind this bridge here.
Broken submarine hanging back. I mean, it looks like he wants to... Well, he's hanging way back. I mean, it looks like he wants to put in some support fire with the side Artemis, but I think he's a little too far away.
I think, yeah, Zill wanted to reset this engagement. Now he has. He looks like he's moving out again. Looks like the broken submarine is gliding in with those Artemises before committing to a Gat mortar charge. Broken submarine has a lot of success when it's gone in with that Gat mortar charge, because I mean the Sacrilege team as is don't have an answer for it close range, except with that one time with that carronade. But in terms of DPS, I mean Sacrilege do not have an answer close range.
I mean, that is true. I mean, the Mobula, did make pretty successful use of that one light carronade, which did allow them to survive a few close-range engagements with the broken submarine.
It was a stalling tactic. I mean, they don't have, in terms of DPS...
Sure, but they only need to stay alive long enough for their ally to start putting in some of its own fire.
Well, I mean...
that's why the Matra's been alive so long, because he just managed to...
Well, then the broken submarine needs to farm the Kamikaze Punk some more.
I mean,
every time the broken submarine's gone for the Kamikaze Punk, broken submarine's have an advantage.
What we kind of want to be seeing here is, I mean, want that the Pyramidion should be taking point position, rather than the Galleon, because then the Pyramidion, once the Galleon's lumberjack knocks out the balloon of one of the targets, the Pyramidion can then jump in and eat up the kill as they fall to the ground and fall out of the support range of their ally. But we haven't been seeing any of that in any of these games.
Yeah, that broken submarine needs to come over the top. You got the opportunity. Go over the top.
Also, we do have 6 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock before we go into overtime.
Give them a quick reminder.
And a report from the Ramadan stream. The Merry Thralls have beaten Deadpool's army with a 5-1 victory.
Nice. Right. Okay.
Matra taking a lot of damage. What? What?
Oh, Matra goes down. That's surprising.
I mean, my guess would be he hit this little hill.
He was just too fat. I mean, no matter how he tries to take cover behind that bridge, he is too fat.
I mean, he got one of those. I mean, he bought one of those like Nike Fitbit things and like hooked it up to his shoes or something. But I mean, at a certain point, you're just buying more gadgets, and it's just another number to ignore. I mean, realistically. Hmm.
Alrighty. I'm not sure. I think that should have been the broken submarine should have charged in there. I feel Kamikaze Punk was heavily damaged. Ally was dead.
Yeah,
But yeah,
perhaps.
charge in now! Charge! Go! I mean, the Sacrilege is completely split up and isolated here.
Yeah, I'm not.
There we go. Looks like the Merry Men are charging for the Matra, not the Kamikaze Punk.
I mean, I guess they feel the Matra is the easier. I mean, the Mobula between a Mobula and a Pyramidian, they would rather engage the Mobula at close range because they don't necessarily know how damaged the Kamikaze Punk is.
Hmm, it's true.
Oh, oh yeah. So, I mean, realistically, I don't think it matters that much who they charge in on. Perhaps they would have gotten a little bit of a quicker kill, but
Yeah, not sure if it was in hindsight.
as long as they don't bungle this, it should be pretty easy to take down this lone Mobula over here on the other side of the map.
Matra's. Yeah, well, I guess Matra couldn't have escaped, could it? I mean, it doesn't have the speed. Oh, Matra taking devastating amounts of damage. Maybe that's why they went for the Matra, because the Matra doesn't have the speed to escape.
True.
Boom.
And also, I mean, if you think about it, right, if you have what was more or less a free kill, wouldn't you rather take the free kill on the ship that has all its health, so that if you go into a real engagement, one of the enemies is still heavily damaged?
Yeah, well, there you go. Now, looks like the huge advantage.
Oh, Brick, you're cutting out a little bit now.
Oh, okay. About that.
Alright, sound fine now, but...
Yeah, my game is lagging slightly. Oh, Matra looks like he's...
Oh, why'd you choose that spawn?
No, Matra, move, get out of there, get out of there.
Oh.
This is not somewhere you want to be. You're about to get shotgunned, I think.
I wonder if there's a better spawn. I really don't know the spawn zones that well. I need to look into that, but I feel like there was probably a better spawn they could have chosen.
Oh, then it's rebuilt going for a ram on the...
Oh,
oh my god, what a ram!
Oh, Zill kicking down the door.
Oh!
Sir, this is the police. I have a warrant. Search the premises.
Bring in the battering ram.
Look, man, these are some illicit pastries. This croissant is not to code. I'm going to have to confiscate your ship, and it would be much easier to do so in pieces. But we do have Zill's Merry Men. Moving on to the semifinals to play against Overwatch.